For OG motherfuckers that somehow stumbled across the old channel that I used to have, you will somewhat remember this video from the beginning because, well, this is a redux of a previously already made video where I talked about my first experiences getting high. So I'm sorry for the older viewers that somewhat know who the fuck I am. For the new viewers, this is gonna be some gas. Anyway, join the Discord server, follow the Instagram and the Twitter because I might possibly do some shit on those accounts if it ever comes to something. So yeah, now it's on with the fucking video. The first time that I ever got high was at my friend's house, and I told myself that I never really would smoke weed like that or become like a pothead in any way, shape, or form because I thought that that shit would be dangerous for me. Not for the fact that I would actually be like endangered to my health. Weed is one of the safest drugs you can possibly do, but I know that I would get addicted if I was ever to actually do it because I love the feeling that certain things give me. And if I ever became addicted to weed, that means that I would probably spend an exuberant amount of money on it. I'm more or less met dependency, but it's whatever. Also, weed is legal in my state, so it was okay. But I said fuck it, and I decided to go to my friend's house on New Year's Eve and I would actually get high. I didn't even know that I was going to do it in the first place because I actually came into his crib and I decided, fuck it, I guess I'll smoke weed with him. Now this is also a video where I'm going to tell you the exact truth. Don't fucking smoke. This shit is strictly not for everybody for certain reasons, and I will tell you why right now. Like I said previously in my Fake Thugs video, you cannot just get exuberantly fucking high. Genuinely smoking a fuck ton of weed, like if you do 5 grams and it's like one of your first times ever doing it, fuck no, you are fucking retarded. But rappers like Chief Keef and all these other motherfuckers do hella weed because of the fact that they have built up a tolerance and they can actually like maintain themselves on that high of a high. I'm just heeding warnings because I know that for some people they will go out and try weed after this video, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to experiment, do it with somebody that is already experienced. That's the best way that you can actually experiment. This is why people have people that will watch them while they're on a trip so that they don't do some dumb shit. Also, weed for some people is a gateway drug to get into even worse shit, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you will do worse shit. If you want to actually try weed, do it with somebody that is trusted and that you can actually have near you to watch over you. That's kind of part of the reason I started to smoke with him anyway, because we were at his house and we were in the protection of his home, so I wasn't going to actually do no dumb shit. So while we were playing the game inside of his room, he pulls out the card out of his pocket and he asked me, do I want to hit? And at first I said no. I told him I didn't really want to get high because of the fact that I was trying to protect myself, but then I said fuck it, I might as well. So I picked up the card and I took a little hit and I didn't really feel anything. Obviously, because weed needs a minute to settle inside of your head and that like it isn't an instantaneous hit, and also the fact you have to build up the high because you have to actually smoke more and more and more. And also I didn't do a fucking blinker, I'm not a retard, so I was taking progressive hits throughout the night and I was just passively hitting it for like the next like 30 minutes, and I started to feel it a little bit. This is when I started to actually feel like it because I started feeling a little bit drowsier and I started to not understand what the fuck was going on around me. I was feeling the effects, but I wasn't to the point where I was literally just overly intoxicated to the point where I was like almost about to pass out. But I started to get the munchies and I ate a fuck ton of food. I will tell you right now, holy shit how much I ate. That motherfucker had so much food in his crib that I was literally just munching on anything. I may have gained like 10 pounds just from that fucking night alone. Holy shit. I didn't eat anything else that day, so it didn't really fucking matter. I was just gonna eat. And yeah, that was pretty much my first experience, but I have even more, of course, because I've gotten even more intoxicated on other occasions. And it was actually in school. One of my boys had a card on him inside of my class, and he was literally just going to go into the bathroom before our next class that I also had with him, and he was just going to take a few hits before we go into chemistry. So me and him smoked a little bit. We didn't hit that much. He did like a blinker, and I just like took a few hits that were just passive. And we go into class, and I'm doing chemicals while in chemistry. That shit is not a good mix because I was not paying attention to that fucking teacher at all. I was about to fucking fall asleep. And me and gang were talking in the back of class half the fucking time, so I wasn't paying any fucking attention. In recent time, I had actually taken an edible. This is a new part of the story that I haven't told yet because this is the first time I've ever taken an edible, and it was actually pretty recent, up to last year, 3 months ago. But it really wasn't my first edible. It was the only first edible that actually hit because the first time I took an edible was on Halloween night and I didn't feel a fucking thing. I wasn't high at all. I literally just didn't have anything. I'm pretty sure my gang got scanned, but that doesn't really matter. The thing is, that set me up for the worst fucking goddamn layup of my life. I swear to God, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James type of layup that this shit was with these 2 edibles. I swear to you. I thought that the next edible that I was gonna take was gonna feel similar to that, and I would not even get fucked up by it. Like, this edible ain't shit at all. So I was with gang on like November or something, and we were just chilling out in his crib again because we were just doing dumb shit. I'm one of those motherfuckers that likes to hang out with people just randomly for no exact reason. We don't have to have a reason to hang out together. I decided to go over to his crib and take an edible because I thought, like last time, fuck it, this is not gonna be that bad. So, and I took the edible. The first thing I did was literally, when I came in the door, was took it. He took it out of his pocket and just handed that shit straight to me. I took a whole thing down in just one little bite, and I literally just scarfed that bitch, and I didn't feel a thing for like a fucking hour. But then this rising feeling comes up to me. I start stinging literally everywhere on my body. Like, everything feels like I was elevated as fuck. And we go upstairs into his room and just chill out for a little bit and start watching a few shows. But I wasn't paying any attention, and it was actually low-key entertaining as shit because of the fact that I was just hearing this like audio euphoria inside of my ears. I don't know how to explain it. I was just so exuberantly high that I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like another plane of existence. Also, I felt extremely fuzzy and warm. Like, it felt like a warm hug inside of my stomach. But it got so bad to the point where like I literally was just lying down on the floor listening to music, and I passed the fuck out. Me and gang passed out for 3 fucking hours. I woke up to 2 missing calls from my mom, a text, and also like 10,000 other people that I was missing a text from. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I even had a voicemail, I'm pretty sure. This isn't the end of it because my mom could fucking tell. I was so high, I was speaking gibberish, and I thought it made sense. I was just looking out the window, like just observing shit, like on like my real fucking adventurous shit, because I was really just looking at like all the plants and like vegetation that was around me. But my mom asked me one prioritized question: are you high? And I had to admit to her that I was on drugs, and I had to sit there, and it was embarrassing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was way more fucking lenient than I thought it would be. My mom didn't give a single fuck. She just took me home, and I kind of like just got on the phone with somebody, and then I passed out like 3 a.m. because it was like 10 when I got back. I told somebody, just talking about random shit, and then I just kind of like didn't feel high anymore, and I just went to bed. But regardless of all of that shit and like all my experiences, I just want y'all all to know, please, if you are going to do any drug at all, even if you're gonna drink, have somebody to watch over you and be like a designated driver, or just anybody at all to just genuinely comfort you through a trip or anything. Also, if you're ever gonna get high off of anything, understand not every single trip is gonna be amazing. Have precautions set up and understand the fact that when you get high, anything can fucking happen. And don't do no dumb shit like heroin or like any fucking weird ass drugs like that. Please. But if you are ever gonna try a drug, please try weed. It is the most calm shit that you can actually do, and it's probably the best one for you. Don't fucking do vapes or cigarettes. But be hesitant with that too, because it can also lead to bad trips and worse shit, because if you smoke too much, you get too fucking high. Also, even though you can't get addicted to weed, you can get a dependency on it. Regardless, if you're ever gonna get high, listen to Earl Sweatshirt and Frank Ocean, and that's really all I have to say.